They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off.
This was a pain in the ass. Tell me why. I'm not even going to explain it. I mean, show y'all because I can't. But tell me why I forgot. Why I didn't even realize that I was supposed to put the dash as a whole unit with this support, because the screws for that plastic drop-in nuts that I had bought from AutoNation, the screws for that just go directly over this. I don't know if you can see that. Anyways, I had to take it all back off. I had to undo all the electrical. However, I undid most of this side, the ground, the other ground. I took off the fuse box on the end over there by taking the two short screws off and popping it off and setting it to the side. And I used this little step stool here. I set it down right here. I had this end kind of stuck out this way diagonally, while that end was not all the way completely off the steering column, but it was just about. And that was enough room for me to snake my body this way and put the rest of the screws that this attaches to the frame. I'm done. I am just, all I want to do now is secure this, have it set. That way, only thing left that I have to do is everything else. I'm gonna try to get to the AC today. I don't know. We'll see. So I got in front of me here the steering column. I looked up forums on replacements, on how to take this stuff off. I couldn't find anything, nothing at all. So I'm gonna just cut straight to it. The top bearing seems fine. There's not any excessive wear. It's just dried out. So I cleaned these with brake cleaner, made sure all the ball bearings were shiny, free of debris. Put them in a little tab of grease, and I'm gonna individually put them back in here. Put the where's it at? Where did I leave it at? Oh, put the top retaining shield right there in the center back on, followed by the snap ring on here. And the reason I had to take it all out is because once you disassemble this part, it is very, 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 very difficult. I wouldn't say impossible, but it's very difficult to put it back on because of the spring tension. It's already removed. The spring is right there. So you have to remove the spring, or at least I did, to relieve that tension so that the shaft will slide all the way up and give you enough clearance to put your ball bearings back on, your top shield back on, and followed by the snap ring. Now the only thing is, obviously, you'll have to fight that spring while installing the bottom seal. This is the bottom seal. Now this seal here didn't come apart like the other one did. I forgot. Besides having that top shield, well, this top shield goes on. This is the one I'm referring to. So this will go on after the ball bearings get back in here. So ball bearings go back in there, followed by this top shield, and then followed by this. What do you call it? Like, I would almost say it's like a centering ring, but that slides down there just like so, followed by the snap ring. Anyways, moving on. So this bottom seal, I did have to punch out with a socket. I think it was a 22 millimeter. You punch it out. I cleaned it with a brake cleaner, Dawn soaked, blew compressed air, and packed it full of grease. And now I got it reinstalled. So when I go to put this back on, obviously I'll have to fight that spring down there. But that's what I am doing, because it did a god awful noise when I was turning the steering wheel. It just sounds like stuff grinding. So I'm hoping this eliminates that. So we will see. But other than that, that's literally all I have left to do besides putting the AC back on. I will show y'all right now the end result of my dash install, just to put an end to this series. That's my new condenser there. Now, here it is. Now, I will say right off the bat, for some reason, it didn't really align so well with this part here, as you can see. Which I found a bit odd, but hey, overall, I don't even care about that because I got a dash now. All the vents have been reinstalled, painted. They don't drop. They're pretty firm on where you want them to stay. And also, you guys may already know this if you've been watching, or not watching, but if you have a truck yourself like this. But just for your information, and I painted this as well too. Just for your information, this box back here is a vacuum reservoir, and you don't need it, but it's essential to keep a vacuum when the engine is under load. So for example, if you've been driving and you get on the gas a little bit and it kills your AC, like it starts blowing from the what is it, the defrost on the top vents, it is because you don't have this hooked on or it's broken, and that's what that's for. So if you want to fix that, make sure you connect this back to the vacuum system. Also, I've added these little foam on all the vents here on this cowl, plastic cowl. And the reason for that is because I went ahead and I blew compressed air in here, and I got rid of all the leaves, all the trash. And I've also, let's see if I can show y'all here, I've installed, I don't know if you can see that, but I've installed a filter of a sort onto the actual HVAC box. Put that back there. There's that top view. Okay, so the reason I did that is because obviously these trucks don't come with a cabin air filter, so I rigged up my own, and to prevent leaves going back in there and accumulating in where it's not supposed to, I did that to kind of prevent that. So that's where I'm at. I hope these series were helpful, and if it wasn't, ask me a question and I should be able to give you an answer, or at least guide you or help you in some way. But yeah, so I'm gonna get to work putting this back, get it back in the truck, move it out the way, because I have a job to do starting tomorrow or Friday. This on a 64 Impala. So all right, y'all, catch y'all next time. One more thing, y'all, hold on. So you want to add some kind of here, let me show you. So this front part is sealed by this piece here. The back side, it goes in this way, right? Like this. The back side is not sealed, it's exposed. So anything like dust or whatever the heck falls in there will fall straight down onto here, and it will get dirty and it will get dried out. So I recommend putting something like, I put this open cell foam to kind of seal it in place and prevent anything from falling in and messing up the bearing. So